Hey everyone, welcome to Empower Team Monday Night Call. I am Natalie Dolan. I'm an Emerald Ambassador. And today we're going to be talking about our vision for 2022. We have a lot of stuff to share with you guys. And we're going to be going through a vision casting activity. If you haven't noticed by now, vision is super important for the success of your vision, for the success of your business. We talk about vision casting all the time. We talk about the skill of vision casting. We talk about what is your vision, and how to get other people to see, to see the vision of what their health could be, the vision of what their business could be. It's very important that you learn how to have it for yourself, because if you have it for yourself, you can give it to others, but you cannot give what you don't have. So you have no vision for yourself, you can't give it to anybody else. So that's why it's important to fill your cup up first so that you can give it to other people, right? So with that being said, I just want to make a couple announcements. We had an incredible December. Our team grew by 100 joins, which is a really good month, you guys. 100 people between all of us joined us. That's a really good month. So like, wow, because I've heard for years the excuse that people don't want to buy in January, people don't have money in January. No, like when you do the work consistently, it doesn't matter if it's December. People still buy in December. People still want health in December. And really, people want health now more than ever. Ever since 2020, people have been prioritizing their health now more than ever. And that's why our business is booming so much, because we have the answer to people's prayers, wants, needs, desires, right? And so, yeah, just shout out to y'all because y'all killed it in December. Okay. So just give yourself a little pat on the back. We had lots of promotions. It was just great. So we're going to continue to carry that momentum into January because we set ourselves up for success. That's what we've been doing every month. Right. So for the month of, I'm going to put this into, I have a calendar with our team's events for the month that I'm going to put into our Empower Team chat. But just to let y'all know, we're going to do something. One special announcement is we're going to do something new this month. And in lieu of our team's growth and getting new senior golds, this month, we're going to do a senior gold leadership development workshop. And so that's exclusive for golds and senior golds. We want to just honor that and develop you guys as leaders, because as you start getting to that gold, senior gold, ruby, like that is a major leadership development time. And so us as leaders want to pour into you guys and help just develop you guys. So we're really excited about that. Hope you guys are excited too. That is going to be on the 19th. Hold on. It's going to be on the 19th. It's on a Wednesday on the 19th. Yep. At 8:30 p.m. So really pumped about that. We'll put that'll be on the graphic. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. We just saw a need. And so we were like, let's try this out. Let's do some special time for that. Our next event, our next business focused event is going to be on the 12th. And so get your prospects invited, your dream teamers invited to that event. Every single month we have a business event where you can have a solid place to bring your people to hear the leaders on this team, our success stories, and how they can be connected to that. So that's that. And then we have a product focused event on the 26th. What can Plexus do for you in our health and happiness with Plexus group? So that will be on the 26th. So just know we have our events lined up. We have special, workshops lined up for leadership development. We have power hours at the end of the month again, because that's really been working for us to hold each other accountable, get together, work our businesses together, rock the end of the month together. And so, yeah, we're going to keep on doing that. And then we have our team calls planned, all of that, all the things. So we just want you guys to know we pour our heart and soul into running this team like a diamond team. We're not a diamond team yet, but we're running our team like a diamond team. And that means all of us have the potential to be there and will be there. Okay. As long as you stick with us. This year, with what we're doing on our team, yes, we will be using the same, health and happiness with Plexus group. We've built that group up to almost 500 people. We have most of those are prospects, just this team and a ton of prospects. And we get to continue to use this group and layer the exposures that people are getting to Plexus and getting to this team. So, I mean, it's a really fruitful group that we have going on. We also have some other really exciting things in the works. Can't tell you about it quite yet because we're not finished with it, but we are working on some really special stuff and you guys are going to be really excited about that. Also know that our welcome packs are 10% off this month and you can layer our standing SAM 2020 code on top of the 10% off. So you get to tell people, hey, 20% off this month. So that is huge. Number one. And then what else? I'm forgetting something. I was just about to say one more announcement. And we have our custom build your own welcome packs now. Guys, I hope everybody saw that. I hope everybody saw in the email or the groups or whatever that you can customize your own welcome pack now. Y'all, that is huge. That is so huge. Man, so go through that and get accustomed to that because that is just, we've been asking for that for years and Plexus came through because Plexus loves us so much. And so that's just a really awesome way to add even more value to people and getting people exactly what they want. So that's amazing. Okay. And then without further ado, I just want to say that really quick that this year in 2020, I want to cast some vision to you guys. I want you guys to know that like I said, we run this team like a diamond team because we are going to be a diamond team. This year, maybe this, whatever, we are on the right track for everyone on this team to be extremely successful. The way we run our team is solid. The events that we have, the planning we have, the professionalism we have, the training, the resources, the community that we have, the support that we have, we're top of the top. We are doing it right. And that's why everyone on this team is thriving because of the way we do things. And so when you bring people to this team, you can know that when you bring them here with you, they're going to be successful along with you because you're in the right place. We do things the right way. And so this time next year, we're going to be able to look back on this call and we're going to be able to just see, wow, we grew so much. Tova's going to cast more vision, but this month, you're going to see more promotions. This first quarter, you're going to see so many more promotions. And if you don't let off the brakes and you keep riding the momentum and doing the simple daily work that it takes, this business is simple. You just have to be consistent. I want to remind you that you can work your business part-time, but you cannot work your business part-time. Or no, you can work part-time, but not sometimes. Sorry. You can work part-time consistently, but you cannot work sometimes. I have seen people with who were diamond material work their business sometimes and never made it, you know? So I just want to say, make time for the simple daily disciplines, because consistency compounds. And as long as you keep doing that, you will be up at the very top with us, because anybody can be successful doing this. Okay. You just have to commit and go all in. Okay. So Tova, you take it away, lead us in the activity. I'm super excited. I'm ready to write some stuff down and really think about my vision for this, for the future. So
thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to jump right in. I have lots of stuff that I want to tell you. All right. Hopefully you watched the video that I made and have done some work on your 5, 10, 15-year plan. Don't discount this stuff, because it builds on, each component builds on the other for a reason. This can be hard to get started. It doesn't sound easy. It sounds like really fake, like seriously, like 5 years, 10 years from now. It's a vulnerable thing for yourself. People, our society and kind of adulthood has squashed that ability to dream. Like, be realistic. Come on, like, stop pipe dreaming. People don't like to foster that in each other, because it reminds them that they're not chasing their dreams. Okay, so you have us, you have a group of strong people here who are chasing their dreams, and we're successful, and you have lots of other people you can look at that are successful. So this is not just like a plan that we hope works out. Okay, we're evidence that it works out, and we have lots of other evidence of people that it will work, but there's a method to it. So really where I want to start is about our goals. I'm not going to walk you through the literal doing it, but I'm hoping I'm going to walk you through some of the structure that you need to go do this on your own. This takes a few hours. And if you're not willing to dedicate a few hours to your business for how it's going to go for the next 12 months, I really have a serious come to Jesus with yourself if this is the place for you. Because everybody can do this, but this is not a good fit for everybody, depending on where you are in your life and your mindset. So I don't mean to say like, get out of here, but I do want you to have a serious conversation with yourself. I want you to ask how many hours you spent planning your last vacation, like to Disney or on a cruise or something. How long did you research plane tickets and what you were going to do and which hotel you were going to stay in? It was probably more than 2 hours. I'd put a lot of money on that. Give me that for your next 12 months. Okay, you owe that to yourself. Some stats: less than 3% of people make goals, actually go through this process, and less than 1% of people write them down. And if you make goals and write them down, you're 42% more likely to achieve them. And that's just like broad strokes, not even doing it as specific. So this will pay off. So once you have your 5, 10 year, 15, and that's brain dumping. Just if you could have anything, what would it look like? So from the 5 year to 1 year mark, depending on how much time you want to invest in it, you can do a 3 year in the middle of that, or you can just skip right down to 1 year. And at your 1 year mark from now, then we can make kind of, okay, we're 4 years away from what that looks like and how much were you able to achieve in 1 year. So for your 12-month plan, I want you to think for 2023, I want everyone to plan to rewatch this video. I know I'm gonna. And where do I want to be sitting in my plexus business? I encourage you to do this in every part of your life, but what we're talking about today is just plexus. And this is a muscle you have to exercise. Exercise when you do a new thing is uncomfortable. It's not fun. I would much rather stick to the activities that I know I'm pretty good at and I can handle and just kind of go through the motions. It's not fun. Some people might like it. It's not fun to me to go do a whole new thing that I kind of suck at. I'd rather do the stuff I'm good at. You must exercise this muscle. So as you do it, you'll get better and better at it. So 12 months from now, where do you want to see yourself in plexus? And how that affects your life. So what are some things you'll be doing in your life that you can't do right now? You're going to buy a new car. You're going to be able to make that car payment. You want to plan a big vacation, when it's January and it's nasty. You want to get away with your kids, your spouse somewhere. Like, come up with some tangible stuff. You want to buy more organic food. You want to not put stuff on credit cards, like anything. Okay. So that's 12 months from now. And then where your points are at. So I encourage you to kind of come up with some lifestyle things, because then you can pair that up to a rank, and your coach I mean, hey, anything can happen. You can go to a diamond in a year. We've seen people do it, but we need to sit down with you and show you what that looks like weekly. If you want to go to diamond in a year, you're going to probably put in 40 hours a week at a minimum, which is totally doable, by the way. People work 40, 50 hours a week in miserable jobs. Okay. But we want to help you do that. So if you want to be making $4,000 a month by January, we need to look at where you're at now. We need to look at the deficit and we need to make a game plan. You must have a rudder. You cannot be a rudderless boat. All right. We have to have a rudder to guide us that we can actually point. And then we need to know where we're pointing, you guys. We are not just out there treading water. And a lot of the activity, if you're not careful, is literally just treading water and like swimming in this direction and swimming in that direction. And you're not actually going anywhere. You have no idea where you're going. You're just trying to splash around. So that's wasting your energy. And this is not a critique. This is a let's harness your energy and use it correctly, because your time is precious. Your energy is precious. And I want you guys to see the dividends of your work. And if you don't have a good game plan, a map, you will not see it. And then that feels like frustration. That feels like burnout. That feels like doubt. So if you're feeling any of those things, it's because we don't have a good map for you. And that's great, because we can fix that. So 12 months from now, then I kind of want you, some of this you can do on your own. I want you to try to do as much of it on your own as you can. And then your coaching call is going to help you, your coaching call with your direct upline is going to help you tighten it up. Okay. But they can't sit with you for 3 hours and work through all this. So you need to get it down. It's going to be a little messy and off. And then our job is to help you tighten it. So if I want to have 1,000-point gain, or let's make it an easy number. So 600-point gain, 800-point gain, 200 a quarter. So something like that. So if we want to do 200 points a quarter, then we're going to divide that by 12. I should have made up these numbers ahead of time. So this is how we're going to work backwards. So 200 divided by 12. We want to see, I'm not doing my math right. Am I doing that? What is that? I should have done easier numbers. So if you want to do, what are my weeks? 1,200, is that 16 a week? I think that's more than that. Not a math major. So 17 points a week, stuff like that. But here's the thing with our business, it's tricky to plan through the month because we get most of our points in the last third of the month. So it's difficult to track. That is a challenging thing that your upline can go back and look at your last 90 days and try to help you with. But I want you guys to start tracking your numbers at least every other day. I want you to print out a 1 through 30, and at least every 48 to 72 hours for January, I want you to write what your points are. Just look in your back office. Then for February, I want you to check on the same days. So you can get a trend. Am I ahead or behind of where I was in February? Is what I'm doing working or not? This is another really hard part that we will get better at, and we're trying to hone in for y'all: metrics. So how are we measuring? First of all, are we measuring anything? How are we measuring it? And then how are we reassessing it? But the first thing is, a lot of you aren't even looking, and I've been there. Like, I don't want to look. If I don't look, I can't know how bad it is. And then I won't feel bad. And I'm just going to hope it's good. And I'm going to hope I'm headed in the right direction. That's not the way to be successful. But if you've done that, it's okay. We've all done that. We're not going to do that anymore. So you have your 12-month plan where we want to see ourselves a year from now. You very loosely divide that into quarters. And so the 12-week plan is really where we're going to harness things. And you're dividing that into 3, because that's a quarter of the year's 3 months. And then what's going to happen is, really when you get down to that 12-week plan and we divide it by 3, that's really when your coach is going to step in and help tighten up that 4 to 12-week plan. And what's that going to look like? So we need to know, what is your personal goal for joins this month, new ones? What is your team goal for joins this month? And what is your retention goal? So I'd say those 3 things. How many people did you sign in the last 90 days? And how many of them are you trying to keep? How many new joins you want to achieve? And how many you want your team to achieve. So now we have specific things that we're looking for. And to get those realistic numbers, your coach will help you look at the last 90 days. It's like Dave Ramsey. If you need to know what your power bill average is, look at the last 90 days, average it out. Can you beat that? Absolutely. But if you want to know how you've been trending, and you've been averaging 4 joins a month, then that means your activity is presenting 4 joins a month. So if you want 8 joins a month, you need to double your activity, which is totally okay. But if you don't look at it, you're not going to know, you're not going to change your behavior. You're going to want this goal and not know what to do to get there, and get frustrated and get doubt and get irritated and feel burnt out. All right. So I hope you see 12 months, 12 weeks, goes to 4 weeks. The weekly, monthly plan dictates your weekly activities, which show up in your daily activities. Why do we do these daily activities? Down in the trenches, it doesn't feel good. Okay. It's daily activities. Sometimes we get signed, sometimes we don't. Sometimes people quit, sometimes they don't. You are not doing the daily activities. That's not why you're doing, in essence, this business. You're putting in the daily work so you see dividends later. That's your 12-month view. So we are working towards dividends that we have visualized and said we want to achieve in 12 months. We're going to track them quarterly, and we're going to carry out those steps by breaking it down month by month. But you must know where you want to go in 12 months so that we can break that down into manageable steps. It's just like an outline for a paper. We have our overall topic, and then we have points and subpoints and subpoints. And if you don't have the outline organized, your paper is going to be all over the place and not make sense. All right. So hopefully what I just said makes sense. Something to kind of bring it all together, because I like words that start with the same letter. I can't remember what that is. So our aim is the first thing. It's like the tenaciously told. I can't ever remember what that is. Somebody smarter than me will say it in the chat. Thank you, Sam. I should have known the teacher would know. So aim, it's the first A I want you to write down. Where are you aiming? What's your rudder? These are your goals. These are your 12-month goals that will really be translated into 12-week goals. So your big goals should be written out, and you should have 4 lines or 4 columns off of it. Okay. And they are all building to equal that 12-month goal. The next one is to assess. So aiming, assessing. What are we measuring? What are we looking at? You're going to measure your numbers as you go. We're going to look at your losses, as painful as it might be. We're going to look at your losses, and we know company-wide losses. Okay. So we can say if you're above average, behind, where do we need to plug those holes? The third one is adjustments. So after you know where you're going and you're actually assessing and measuring things, we can make adjustments. We do that month to month. So we need to make the plan, know where we're going, carry out some stuff. And at the end of the month, beginning of the next month, you will kind of assess and adjust, go together. But if you're not measuring, you can't assess and you can't adjust. And then lastly is achieve. Your 4th A is achievement. You can celebrate small wins month to month. We made this goal for this month. 2 of the 3 big things we wanted to achieve, we were able to achieve. 1 of them we didn't. Why not? How can we change things for next month? This will not go perfectly. This will be messy. I promise. That's okay. Overall, like a huge aircraft carrier, like, are you generally pointing in the right direction? You know, that's really what I want y'all to think of. And it's small movements, small degrees will end up changing the entire trajectory of the ship in your business. And that's really where the planning comes in. So just to wrap it up, last thing somebody said this to me and it stuck with me. As you're doing your really yearly goal, I think this is a good one because it's more short term. When's the last time, maybe in the last 10 or 20 years, you remember really striving for something? Like, I like that word, striving. And I really thought to myself, like, what are some things in my life that it was like, it was happening, like no matter what. I didn't really care what we had to sacrifice. My husband was going to have to sacrifice. My kids were going to have to sacrifice. This was going to be done because the goal was more important than the discomfort. That's where it is. The goal must outweigh the discomfort. I promise there will be discomfort. I can guarantee it. There's going to be times you don't want to work your business. There's going to be times you want to do stuff with friends or family that you're going to have to not give up, but adjust. When I wanted to first get on the helicopter, I had to put in a bunch of extra hours, a bunch of extra studying, a bunch of time away from my kids. I did it for 3 to 6 months. I didn't feel bad about it once. I gave up a lot of sleep. I had no idea what was going on in the news or TV shows, but I wanted to do that. So I strove for it. And why I say think back to that is like you need to remember how you felt for that and that passion for that. And it's a short-term sacrifice. It's not a forever. And another one, when I wanted to get pregnant with my daughter, my first daughter, I had a lot of trouble getting pregnant. It was like several year process. I gave up so much stuff about my sanity, pumped full of chemicals, doing shots, traveling all over the state to different doctors, like huge pain, huge inconvenience, spending tons of money. But Brad and I had decided on a goal that we wanted to have a baby now. And so we were going to do whatever it took. And but that was laser focus. We knew where we were going. So I need you guys to establish that. And that's going to look different for everybody. But we are here. We can absolutely help you get there. But we can't help you. You got to tell us where you want to go. We can show you the path, but we can't visualize where you want to go for you. So that was fast and furious. Christina's call is about to start. I want us to all be on for that one. So Nat, you have anything?
Nope. That was awesome. I already have just a little bit. I was able to write down some things. And so yeah, that was so good. I know that you're reading the 12-week year. And so a lot of this stuff is in there. So that's a book recommendation for you. And also buy your book for book club, which is going to be not this Thursday, but the following Thursday and the 13th, I think. And it is Get Over Your Dang Self. It's on Amazon and it's amazing. So see you on the next call. It's going to be so good. Keep an eye out for really exciting announcements. All right, y'all. Take care.